John, first of all, how's it feel to be here in Las Vegas, and your thoughts with the A's coming to town with this presentation and the chamber doing what they did, first of all?
I mean, it feels great. There's a lot of people out there, and having an opportunity to tell our story is really, I think, what we're all about. And you know, the more people we can connect with, I think the greater the adoption is going to be by the community, and the greater, you know, the success we'll have here.
How quickly will we see the renderings? When are those going to be coming out?
Well, you know, we had plans to release the renderings in December, and unfortunately, you know, with the tragedy that occurred here, we postponed that. Since then, we've been working with Bally's and GLPI, who are sort of two of our partners on the Tropicana site, to try and see if we can, instead of just releasing our renderings by themselves, be able to release our renderings along with the planned resort that is going to be on that. So that's something that we're going through, and that, you know, takes time. And so we'll release our renderings when it's the right time to do so.
What about the funding for the stadium? Can you give us any report on that?
Sure. You know, we anticipate that the stadium will cost, you know, perhaps close to $1.5 billion. That will be funded mostly with equity from my family. We'd actually like to, you know, consider raising capital, especially from local investors, because we think that creates a connection to the community that has, you know, we've seen that with a lot of other teams, been a really successful thing. And with a little bit of debt.
You mentioned on stage that you're going to be entering the design phase. With that being said, is that referring to the renderings and that resort that you were just mentioning before you actually release them all?
Yeah, I mean, it's called schematic design, and it's when the architects actually get past just the conceptual part of your planning to actually, you know, drawing the lines, figuring out where everything is going to go, and making sure that that other than just the pretty pictures that you see, that this is, you know, actually going to be reality.
Does it include a retractable roof?
You know, we'll find out when the renderings come out here.
Where will the Athletics play in the interim after this season from Oakland?
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys have probably read where we have been. You, I think, you know, told a lot of people where we had been as well. Thank you. And so, you know, we're looking at our options right now. We haven't made a choice. You know, we hope to do so relatively soon, but we're looking at different options.
Summerlin is one of the options, I would assume?
We're not going to, you know, I'm not going to be specific about where we're looking and where we're not. We think the ballpark in Summerlin is a tremendous asset and a great place. So, but we haven't actually made a choice yet.
Is it still said to be at the Tropicana Hotel? I mean, at the Tropicana Hotel ballpark? I've heard rumors of it may be moving. Is it still said to be there?
The ballpark? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, certainly.
Okay. Gotcha.
Is it still slated to begin on schedule, construction? Is there any hiccups that have come up with maybe when the initial construction we can expect it to begin?
We hope so. I've spent enough time in real estate to know that nothing ever goes completely in a straight line. But you know, we are, I think, working really well together with our partners. We have a tremendous team, having Bjarke Ingels, who we think is one of the greatest architects in the world, designing our stadium, working with HNTB, which is one of the great sports architecture firms and architecture firms in the world, and the work that they've done in Vegas, having Mortensen McCarthy as our contractors who have had a lot of success here in Las Vegas. You know, we think we have a great team of people to help make this reality.
John, you talked about wanting to hit town in 2028, if that is when you actually open here, with a competitive team, a good team. You talked out there about the importance of that.
Yes.
What is your timeline now? Because right now you have the lowest payroll. Apparently you're going to have to be building. What's the plan?
Yeah.
Timeline?
So look, successful teams go through rebuilding periods. And it is a, you know, it is a reality in all sports that to maintain excellence requires periods where you need to build up your youth and you need to see some of your other players, some of your best players leave. And you know, we believe that by coming to Las Vegas, we're going to be able to get out of this idea that the A's have to let their best players go prematurely. And you know, that's a goal. That's been our goal since the very beginning, since we were working on a new stadium in the Bay Area, and now that we're working on this stadium here in Las Vegas, is to have a sufficient payroll that will allow us to, again, keep the players who are, you know, building their careers in Summerlin at the Aviators and have them stay with the A's for a very long period of time. The team, I'll just say one other thing, sorry. Sure. Teams like, you know, Houston, Baltimore have sort of demonstrated that you can have tremendous long-term success following periods where your team is not performing as well.
I just want to ask John, in the interim, because you probably won't be playing full-time here until 2028, what will the A's be doing in between 2024 and 2028? Will you be, obviously you have spring training games here, but is there, what other areas will you be able to, you know, keep the team involved here?
And that's actually a great question. You know, I think our goal, we've already started our community benefits work in Las Vegas, as I mentioned on the screen. You know, supporting every Little League team in the state is a really important thing for us to do. If we can get, you know, our players to start connecting with the community and other people in the organization, we think that that's a, you know, really important thing for us to be doing. So I think it's a really good point that between now and when we open, you know, we want to be very visible.
What's your message to Bay Area fans who can't be happy about losing the baseball team? A message for them?
You know, I mean, I grew up in the Bay Area. I started out as a Giants fan before we bought the A's. You know, there's no words that I can say that are going to make people at home who are really upset about the team leaving feel better about the team or about me. So, you know, all I can do is say I gave everything I had to try and make things work. And, you know, we're very excited to be coming to Las Vegas, and, you know, this is where our new home is going to be.